Hey, what's going on, man? It's your boy LT, man. I just did an interview with Reallyfe Street Stars. You guys need to subscribe, pay attention to all the interviews, man. Show all the love that you guys can show, man. It's an amazing platform, man. Hopefully one day you guys will be on there. You know what I'm saying? Or shall I say on here?
Real life. It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. You know what time it is.
Real life street stars. We in here, man.
Right on.
Man, it's a pleasure, man. This is LT, man.
Yeah.
And I like to call him, I ain't gonna call him my OG, I'm gonna call him my mentor.
Right
And
on.
this man has then gave me a lot of game. It's a very wise, knowledgeable person, man. And we just about to get into it. Straight out like that. Tell the people where you from.
Man, I'm from Altamesa, Highland Hills, College Park. You know what I'm saying? We're like our own little, you know what I'm saying, little city, you know what I'm saying, within the city. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we had everything. Grocery stores, barbershop, gas station, you know what I'm saying? We had it all. We had the houses and we had the bricks. You know what I'm saying? So
What era did you kind of grow up in as far as late 70s, 80s, late 80s, 90s? What?
Yeah, mid 70s.
Okay.
Yeah. Mid, if I'm not telling my age too much.
Not too much.
Yeah. But yeah, mid 70s. And you know, it was just all about then, man, it was all about having fun, bro. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, you know, guns wasn't really
Killing wasn't cool.
Yeah, no, dude. It was all about, you know what I'm saying, just having fun, bro. Playing curveball and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just making friends and if you had any enemies, it's because, you know, you didn't like them. You know what I'm saying? So but once y'all got that out of the way, you know, it really wasn't nothing in the middle. It wasn't gangs back then. So that was the wedge, right? You know what I'm saying? That's really the wedge right now is this gang thing. Believe it or not, like the whole blood and Crip thing, that wedge is what's keeping people from really liking each other. You know what I'm saying?
Do you blame the movies of the late 80s, early 90s that really brought that gang culture to Dallas?
Yeah, well, I think I don't really blame it. Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because
before the movies, I didn't quite see as much banging going on until the movies kind of start showing the glorification of California and some other spots that you're like, oh, we can do that here.
No, I agree to that. You know what? It's because what started happening is the youngsters, or the era that came after me, start transitioning back inside of the house. You know, so now they start watching more TV. You know what I'm saying? Whereas in my era, man, we was always outside. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have time for TV. We caught a little bit of TV in the morning time when we watched Transformers or oh man, it was another one, man, I used to love. But anyway, I can't think of all the damn cartoons. But
I'm curious. I'm gonna ask about your family, who you grew up with. But I'm just curious. When you used to, like you said, we used to go outside. Be outside more.
Yeah.
How long could you play outside before your parents even checked on you or knew where you were? Could you go all day without?
All day. Yeah. Absolutely. As long as you beat the street lights home, yeah, you can go all day.
Without even checking in. That's
yeah, man.
Wild times.
Well, because parents back then did their homework prior to.
Yeah.
They knew who you're gonna be around.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's
so they already knew what time it was. Like they knew you're gonna be across the street with their neighbors. They've already vented all that out. You know what I'm saying? They already knew about the kids across the street and around the block and around the corner. They already knew about it.
Saturday morning, leave at 10 a.m.
Come back
right about 8:39.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, for sure, man. But you know what? Here's the thing, man. That's what's missing. Is that we have, I guess, found another way to kind of fill those voids, right? Whereas we didn't have gaming systems until later on in the 80s. Now we still had Atari, right? You know what I'm saying? We still had all that, but we wasn't affording any of that.
You could afford it.
Yeah, no, we couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, now I couldn't afford it. Let me speak on me.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford it. My mother couldn't afford it. She was too busy being a wholesome Christian-based mother, taking us to church and and trying to make do with what she had. You know what I'm saying? So it was a little different. You know what I mean? For those that did have Ataris, now listen, we will find our way, or the Nintendos, we'll find our way to their house one day out of the week. You know what I'm saying? And
that's crazy because even my son, he'd be like, hey, I'm about to go out with a friend.
Right.
And he'll say the friend's name, and I'm like, I won't know who that is because back then you really didn't have a million friends.
That's true.
Now with the phones and the way things work, you can have a new friend every other day. Like I just met a guy online.
That's true.
He's my friend, gonna come. It's just wild. It's just the network is crazy.
No, for sure.
To set the stage, LT, I want to ask, how was your childhood growing up? As far as what was your household like? Mother, father, single parent household?
Yeah. So let me say this: I had mom and dad, but you never really have them. When they both have jobs, when they both are moving around, you really never just really have your parents, if you think about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're committed to 8 to 10 hours a day of school. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a military brat, so my daddy always was moving around. So by the time mom got in and settled in and cooked and this and that, man, I only talked to her 2 or 3 hours out of that day. You know what I'm saying? And then we back to sleeping, and then proceeding on with, the following day. You know what I'm saying? So daddy was there as much as he could be. You know what I'm saying? Mama was there as much as she could be. And I'm the oldest. So I'm kind of soaking in game from them, soaking in game from the neighbors and things like that to kind of figure a way to enlighten my siblings.
And
you know what I mean?
How many siblings did you have?
Well, it's 3 of us total. You know what I'm saying? But we have an extended family.
You were the oldest out of all of them?
Out of all, yeah. Was
there pressure on you to kind of show the way?
Man, the pressure that I got, I can't even really say it was pressure, dude. Because when you're in the middle of the storm, you're too busy trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? And so, what I felt, and see, this is before I knew of anxiety and all this other shit, right? So I just thought it was common. I thought it was normal. You know what I'm saying? Instead, I just thought it was something that was a part of everyday feeling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So whenever we go to a different hood, man, to go outside and have to catch a fade or something was just normal. You know what I'm saying? Just to show who you are again. Yeah, because it's like, so if you see, all right, so I'm from Altamisa, right? When we moved from my grandma's house, you know what I'm saying, and my dad had to go do his basic training and all that, man, we had to go back to the bricks, right? So we went to Rosen Home, which is North Dallas Projects, right? Yeah. And a lot of people, man, they say they know about it. I know about it. I was there for 4 years straight, you know what I'm saying? And I went to JWA, can tell you about Mr. Bask and everybody else. I stay right there on Hall Street, you know what I'm saying? And so I saw things and heard things on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't nothing to hear gunshots no more. It wasn't nothing to see a face and then I see that face tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all kinds of things, you know what I'm saying, transpired. So this was a normalcy for us. You know?
So I got to ask you, because, the black culture, is sometimes portrayed in Hollywood to where you see a movie like Boys in the Hood.
Right.
Where you see a Lil Trey and all them going out and say, hey, you want to see a dead body?
Right.
And they go out and show, and these are kids.
Sure.
Were you exposed to something like that early on? Like, were you seeing like either shoot out, somebody get shot or something? Like, as far as just coming up, like,
no, for sure.
Because even myself, I didn't see this stuff till much later in life. I did not as a child.
Yeah, you know what, man? The crazy thing is, man, is I saw a lot of things growing up. You know what I'm saying? And what I can speak on is, you know what, man? Really, man, it's crazy because when you start thinking about shootouts and all that, man. Fuck, I ain't gonna even touch on that. I will say this: when I was 12 years old, I was in and out of the house. Was being a little badass. You know what I'm saying, and sitting, just kind of acting out. You know what I'm saying. I had an amazing mom, amazing siblings, but man, I was kind of in my own zone. But I was over there off of I want to say that's Wheatland and what is that? Wheatland and Polk, where that Dairy Queen is right there on the corner. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Yeah, but man, that's where I first saw my first dead body. You know what I'm saying? Nigga had just got freshly shot and he died, and I'm sitting here looking at him. Ambulances and everything around him, no tape around the guy yet, man. He's still shaking. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at the shit, and in my heart, because I grew up in church, don't get me wrong, man, I seen a lot of shit, but as I grew up in church, my heart is still softened. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, people always try to portray this tough road, man. Listen, you got to go through a lot to get to that place.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I saw this shit in my mind, I wanted to cry. I'm like, man, let's save this guy. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't showcase that. And that's what made me, you know, tough, because I was like, I had to show that this shit didn't move me. You know what I'm saying? And so, but in my heart, I was like, man, that's fucked up. I don't even know what this guy did. He was a young dude too, man. I was 12. So he had to been, shit, I consider older guy like 17, 18. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here looking at this dude shake and shit, man. And it just really just kind of blew my mind away. You know what I mean?
Did you have OGs coming up, like when you're in that adolescence age, to where there's guys to look up to outside of your mom, dad, to talk to that's on the block or whatever?
All right. So again, man, I grew up in church, right? And so the only men that I really would say that I paid attention to were the ones that were around me. Because my mom, man, she was, you know, well, first off, I had a really jealous daddy. So we ain't gonna be no men around there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he didn't set the niggas straight that stayed next door and all around the corners and everything else. You don't fuck with this particular person. You know what I'm saying? You don't say shit to my kids. You know what I'm saying? And so, but just a gentleman at the church, and man, you know, after you hear their testimonies, you can admire a person, you know what I'm saying, but to say and look up to, you know, because we all got flaws, it's kind of hard to say, man. The only gentleman that I would probably say that I would probably give that to, his name was Apostle Lobius Mary, you know, and he is the only man that I had never seen a flaw.
Okay, I'm about to say that you must have never saw a flaw in him.
Nah,
and
that's
therefore,
the only one. That's the absolute only man I've never seen a flaw. Yeah. Never seen. But hey, you know what I'm saying? He was leading thousands of people.
So that means one of your pastors, you saw flaws in the pastors?
I'm speaking of the pastor.
Okay, that's the pastor. That's
Apostle
the only man. Okay.
Mary. Yeah.
So the deacon.
I see flaws through them. Yeah. Well, you kind of have no choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you just open your eyes. You don't see it.
You gonna see it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna ask you what you seen, but
hey man, you know, hey, believe it or not, man, there's more things that transpire in the church than anywhere.
Man, hey,
real talk, bro.
From firsthand, I know that. I said I learned some things about. You know, I'm thinking like, there's things that you're not supposed to hear or see. Right. As a kid, going to, I'm like, wait a minute, he's going.
Yeah, that part.
Man, that part.
No, for sure.
What religion do you prescribe to, as far as where you grow up Baptist?
I grew up non-denominational.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, you know, we believe in, you know, the Trinity, you know what I'm saying? The Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, things like that. My position on it now, I'm not religious. You know, I'm extremely spiritual, though.
What changed that, if you don't mind me asking?
Because I've learned over time how religion it's a bad mesh when it comes to people. You know what I'm saying? Because I could be what I am, and then you can be who you are and believe in. And because of that, that's the wedge, back to that whole game thing, that becomes a wedge. I can really like jail with you. But because you are who you are or what you're believing in, that can become a wedge to where now I can't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Or well, no, I'm sorry, but you know, I read the Quran. Okay, well, I read, you know, the new version of the King James. Man, you know, all right, cool, bet, whatever. So now that puts that divide there.
So,
you know
let me ask you, if somebody was atheist,
right,
would you find any fault in them?
No, because they still believe in something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's still believing in something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, no, dude, listen, man, at the end of the day, we all believe in something. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how close or how abroad, you know what I'm saying? It's still something at the end of the day, bro. There's no way I'm going to sit here and say that in your mind, you're that brilliant enough to create something like me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Yeah. When you sit back and look at it.
Yeah, no, real talk.
It's very clever design.
For sure.
It's a very clever design.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. No, it really is, man. It's a lot of ingenuity, you know what I'm saying, tied into it.
LT, again, we're going to go all the way through there, but, you know, again, I know you, of course, through Rook, and again, I know you from the music.
Yes.
So I'm always curious because music and movies really shape a kid's life outside of what the church and parents do.
Right.
for you growing up, music, what were some of your, like, I know hip hop is becoming a thing.
Right, sure.
It's kind of, and it's going through certain, first it's clean and then it starts getting a little edgy.
Sure.
Who were some of your, creators that you liked in hip hop? And did it change over time, or is it still the same?
I believe it's, all right, so to answer the first question, it wasn't hip hop for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I listened to a lot of like Anita Baker and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what my daddy listened to. So
there you go.
I looked up to my dad, so I listened to what he listened to and what calmed him down. Keep in mind, you know what I'm saying, my dad is sitting here fighting for the country, you know what I'm saying? And so, and he did 8 tours, you know what I'm saying? And people don't understand what a tour really is, you know what I'm saying? But you're putting your life on the line, just like how we are, but it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? When you go into a country where people do not like you and don't want you there, it's a little different, you know what I'm saying?
8 tours is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, absolutely. You know what
How many years he do?
Dad did, was it 22?
Yeah, gotta be more than 20. What's it?
25 years. Sorry, I had to
thank him for his service, man.
No, for sure. Man, yeah, it took a lot on his mental, and I saw it deteriorating over time. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, he was still a sharp to the end, but you can start seeing it. You know what I mean? And so I would find myself gravitating towards what he listened to keep him calm. You know what I'm saying? And he was into just calming music, relaxing, slow jams, things that, you know what I'm saying, just kept him mellow. Rap to us, man, we started watching rap shit, you know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, mom was religious, you know what I'm saying? So you couldn't just really watch TV, you know what I'm saying? That had the rap shit on there, like MTV Jams and all that other shit. And that was in the late 80s, but I mean, I liked an MC Hammer, you know what I'm saying? Because I like what he was saying. He wasn't using profanity. He was still, you know what I'm saying, just keeping it, somewhat clean, you know what I'm saying? And I liked the LL, I liked it, I liked the SIBO, I liked it a lot of cats. Don't get me wrong, if we can go all through there, we can start naming Bone Thugs and Pac and all of them, you know what I'm saying? But I actually met, what's his name, Benzino, I want to say. Is it Benzino? Yeah, Benzino. Yeah, he was at Big T Bazaar back in, I want to say 1990, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was passing out CDs, and I'll never forget, I heard it, and I'm like, I didn't like this too much, you know what I'm saying? But
For the kids, that's Coyle Ray's daddy, for the kids.
Oh, yes, yeah, right, yeah. So I was like, yeah, it's all right, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he was a cool guy, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't like what I was listening to. But I guess I didn't really follow, you know what I'm saying, that type of music, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But, for each his own. But no, to answer that, yeah, man, I wasn't really into rap like that. You know what I'm saying? I was into the slow music. Anita did it for me. You know what I'm saying? Shaka Khan, they all did it for me. You know what I mean? Yeah, so, but I was into poetry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started with poetry young. I was, my mother's a singer and a writer. You know what I'm saying? So I was real big into writing poetry because poetry to me, I'm a darkie, all right? I'm a dark-skinned individual. Dark skin wasn't in back then. You know what I'm saying? And so back then it was...
Wesley Snipes kind of saved us a little bit.
Really did.
Just a little bit.
Him and Tay Diggs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so... But, Eddie.
Oh, yeah, Eddie kind of brought it in.
Eddie
Raw.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, Coming to America, like I'm saying, you're not black if you ain't never watched or seen Coming to America. You know
he shut the light-skinned boys down.
Real talk, bro. So it wasn't really in. So we had to really, you know what I'm saying, push ourselves to the limit, you know what I'm saying? Meaning over excel when it comes to sports and, you know what I'm saying? And show girls, hey, we was really about that, you know what I mean?
No. See, when you say you went to poetry and you're dark skinned, there must have been one girl that growing up that you like, man, this girl got me. I'm gonna start writing her poetry.
Bro, say, man.
What's her name?
God, so, man, really, here's the thing. So before I get to her name, it was multiple, right? It was not just one. I would lie to you to say there was one particular girl because my daddy always said, hey, listen, he'll take me in the mall. He say, hey, what do you think about that girl right there? I said, oh, Dad, she's cute. Yeah, she's cute, whatever. He said, okay, cool. What about her? I'm like, damn, Dad, she's really cute. My point is, man, we're never satisfied as men. You know what I'm saying? Or growing up. Now, maybe now, yeah. You know, I've been married 20 some odd years, so it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? But my point is that we're never satisfied. We will have to, okay, anyway, back to that.
Yeah.
It was a particular girl in class that was super smart. She was light-skinned, beautiful. She wouldn't talk to me ever. I tried to, I'll be a class clown, you know what I'm saying? And I have everyone around me laughing but her.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it was just, I just could not let her window down or let the walls down. Nothing, bro. She would not, until one day I wrote her a letter.
Ooh.
And it was an eye opener for me, because she said, I like that. That was really sweet.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, shit.
Yeah.
What?
Got
man, hey, dude. Hey, so when I get home at night, man, after, you know, we do our chores and all that shit, and man, I'm writing. You know what I'm saying? Dude, like, and I realized, I realized now, but I didn't realize then, well, I guess I did ultimately realize then what a word put together can do.
Oh, yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you put a nice set of words together, it can really tear down any barrier. Yeah, it really can, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Without question. No.
Without question.
And I was gonna say, what grade were you in?
Right.
If you can remember.
So I was in the 5th or 6th grade.
Man, I already knew it, man. Got that. It's always right there, the 5th, 6th grade where that one.
Right, yeah, man, that's the transition, right? You know what I'm saying? From elementary into middle. You know
what happened with her after that? Did y'all go on a field trip? She sit by you on the bus or something? I mean, what?
I did get some hand hugs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, holding hands was the thing, man. So hand hugs. I got a few hand hugs.
So we gonna go on this field trip. Hey, you gonna walk with me, all right?
Yeah, no, real talk, bro. Hey, listen, man, because again, you know, I'm a part of a different era, man, to where sex wasn't. It was what it was, but it wasn't. Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. Absolutely. It was taboo. You know what I'm saying? Hugs was good. Hand hugs was even better.
Yeah.
And if you ever got that kiss, you're mine forever type shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, anything out, because, you know, we didn't, certain lines we didn't want to cross.
Facts. No.
You know what I'm saying?
Back then, it was not even cool to. It's a whole different world now.
Oh man,
it's a whole different world.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know what these kids got to do now, but that's interesting because we're kind of
everything starts different now.
Yeah, it's man.
Now we got to start with this. You know what I'm saying? Before I even can say I even like you. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to perform this particular act. You know what I'm saying?
Would you have if you were growing up in this day and age, knowing who you are, would you have been one of those people who like send a DM to the, to whatever, or send airdrops, airdrops and stuff to it? How would you have tacked it now, the way you see technology now?
I think my strategy will be a little different. You know what I'm saying? Because it's wide open now. You know what I'm saying? I think DMing probably would probably be the best method. You know what I'm saying? But can I be honest? I'm still old school. I will still have to verbally say something to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want you to be hidden behind a picture. I might not look like that nigga.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like how I look today, it might not look like tomorrow. So I'd rather, that type shit. So I still believe in sliding up in the Walmart and picking up. You know what I'm saying? And that type of shit. You know, I'm just saying, bro, gas station time. Listen, I'm not putting seeds out there, guys, but it is the truth though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you can't go to Walmart, Kroger, Applebee's, anywhere, you know what I'm saying, and be able to pick up something from that, then at that point, then go the route of the whole internet, hide behind your old picture that you took 10 years ago type shit. And
I ain't gonna lie to you, women say they don't like to get approached at the gas station.
Right. Well, so here's the thing, man, with that. That's what the reason for that is, because men have become more creepier, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then men are scared. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men are scared now to approach women.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
We're scared, so much and then when it looks creepy because we're scared.
And that could be it, because you're like, I'm sorry, I don't want to appear nervous here. I just want to say you're beautiful. But then she might be like, fuck, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of, so you don't, but I think it really I don't think it'll ever get back to that because it's so much didn't happen to kind of change that new way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or that old way.
That old way, yeah.
That, it's just, again, everything is on this new shit, dude. It's like, oh, well, we've been chatting online now for like the last 6 months or 3 months or whatever. So I guess it's time to meet up now. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. And it's just different, bro.
It's different.
Yeah, it's just different, man. It's just different. Like I met my wife at church. You know what I'm saying? And she's been knowing me since I was 11 years old, and
okay. So wait, so she was already your acquaintance or your friend?
Yeah, I would classify her as a friend for sure. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, no, for certain. And she didn't see me go through a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about through a lot of women in general, and just she saw me grow.
Did you see her go through a lot?
Hell no, because I wouldn't. I can't. Hell no. She probably wouldn't be that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No.
But that's good though that she saw like I seen your choices and I seen you doing.
No, for real, dude. Yeah, no. Listen. At the end of the day, man. We men, we okay to we cool to have miles and shit, but no, you might not have a full fucking street. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Let me at least see the end of the street, guys.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're okay with this and that, but and then you judge. I'm sorry.
Oh, you married for how long? You said
over 25 years.
Man, bless us. Oh.
Yeah, okay, definitely, man. Yeah, not married, bro. Like,
we're gonna talk about
girlfriends and all that shit.
Yeah.
No, she was my girl. I've been married for over that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that because that's men ain't getting into that this day and age. I mean, as a matter of fact, marriage is getting less and less a thing to do this day and age.
True.
People are together,
right.
But marriage is not something that they jump into quickly. There's a lot more hurdles I think we have to get through when you meet somebody.
True. Well, it's the circumstances and situations. I believe that's leading up to that. I think the government is against it too. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, man, they used to be with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it made you stronger. It made you more stronger to be married than to be an individual. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 2 heads and 2 incomes is always better than one type stuff. But now it's like it's not necessarily pushed. Hey, listen, be a strong, independent woman. Hey, dude, don't top to these women and get them all of what you done earned and made and all this and that. It's a little different now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of changed your the way you think, your mental when it comes to marriage. It's like, why get married? Why ruin it?
Yeah, why?
You know what I'm saying? Why ruin it? We sitting here, we got a nice spot. And, hey, listen, you got your account, I got my account. We happy, we cool. You know what I'm saying? But it takes a different type of person to want to sit back and say, you know what? I'll invite you into my true personal space, meaning my accounts and how I spend and what I do, and you'll invite me into yours, and then let's see what more we can make up out of it. You know
do you think we'll ever go back to that where marriage is more promoted and just more of a thing? Because I don't know which way it's going. I mean, they're trying to get you can marry polygamy, animals. I don't know where it's going.
Yeah, that polygamy shit crazy. But no, man, I think honestly, television and all of this has a lot to do with swing in one way or the other. Like, let's say if you guys in TV start doing more movies again that somewhat drummed up in their mind that, hey, marriage is cool again. You know what I'm saying? But see, think about it, man. A lot of people are scarred, right? We're watching our parents get divorced and watching other friends and neighbors, everyone getting divorced. Why get married? You know what I'm saying? Because they're looking at the pain that was associated with that. So who wants to be a part of that?
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? And then you won't want to push that on your kids. You might want to be for your daughter, but you can't even say that. You can't even say that because you'll be like, no, hell no. I'm a screen the nigga that you talking to, girl. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think he's worth marriage. I don't think he's worth, you know what I'm saying, this or that. You know what I'm saying? So now she's 30, 35 years old now, damn near 40, still ain't married, bro.
Yeah, I think the government should give a $5,000 bonus to people when they get married.
Come on.
And charge them $20,000 to get a divorce.
Absolutely.
Stay together. Work it out.
Absolutely right, dude. And then give them an incentive every year.
Every year.
Hey, if you stay married a year, hey, here's another thou wow.
There you go.
Know what I'm saying? Come on, absolutely. I totally agree. But yeah, it'll never get there. Why? Because here's the thing, right? So a lot of broken homes are due to a lot of men being overwhelmed. You're trying to, because listen, we men, honestly, bro, we can sleep in a box.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
As long as we got our peace.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the main most important is peace.
Peace.
As long as we got peace, nigga, I can sleep right here in this corner and be okay.
And be all right.
But when we have, you know, our better half, we want to provide safety. We want to provide just overall way of being able to provide. You know what I'm saying? In every which way, right? And we want to give them all the comforts that they see and that they see on TV. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they want the 4,000 and 5,000 square footers with the nice rise and this and that and that and this. You know what I'm saying? Now we have to bust our ass. Well, that gets heavy. That becomes really heavy because on a day-to-day, man, damn, man, I gotta, and you can't tell her that, you know, because you don't want to put doubt in her head or in her mind, in her heart that you're not able to do it. So it pushes us men to go do shit that we ain't normally used to doing.
Facts.
Or go push back to some things that we used to do and we caught ourselves walking away from.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So now, man.
You said something there, man, that you're kind of hiding into it because it's like they see it on TV, but what you're saying is they see another man doing it. Yeah. they see Eddie Murphy being able to like, all right, so you're playing this game of like, I have to be able to at least somewhat provide some of that level of
for sure.
That all you see.
Absolutely.
And we get, like, I remember Charles White was here and he said, we're a slave to that. We are a slave to the responsibilities of what we're supposed to be doing as men.
I agree.
For our women, day to day. Because everything, they might see something new. You know, my girlfriend got a new purse over there with her man. And,
right.
You know, it's like, hey, get to it. Get to it. So,
you know what? You're absolutely right, man. And there's really no way of getting around that. It's back to the whole TV thing. You know what I'm saying? This narrative that they push. You know, and it's kind of hard to escape that. And then, you know, you got to think too, man, who's the real men around here these days? It's like the government. It's taking a lot of our roles. You know what I mean? Like women, a lot of women now don't really need men per se, and that's what they say. But you know what I'm saying? They're missing out some of the key elements. The government is still taking care of you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the government is playing a man role.
So what do you say to a stay-at-home dad? And the woman goes out of work.
That's a tough one, right? So the situation, what's the circumstance, right? So is it that he's not able to work? Because if he's able to work, his ass should be out there working.
He's able.
No, okay, so here's the thing. And that's the problem. And that's where they stop right now.
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
If a man is able to work, get your ass out and work. Right? And you don't need to be, a woman don't need to praise you for doing that. That's a part of our normal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what we're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't praise me for paying the mortgage or the rent or this and that or that or this. I'm supposed to do that shit. Now listen, anniversary, birthdays, give me those. I'll take those full 2 days of, you know what I'm saying, you pamper me and shit like that. But outside of that, no, I'm supposed to do this.
Yeah.
So for Father's Day, my birthday, our anniversary, and I can't even say anniversary because really on the cool list for her.
That's for her.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
for her.
So, but birthday and Father's Day, I'll take those days and I'll appreciate those days. You know what I'm saying? But no.
So how for those at home, how do you make 25 years work? Like what's the secret?
So
because there's gotta be ups and downs.
Oh, for sure. No, for sure.
More ups and downs?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, it could be, listen, I didn't design the roller coaster, right? You know what I'm saying? All I know is that as long as I stay on it, I'll be okay.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And the more ups and downs I go through, the better I start becoming relaxed. It's like,
yeah.
Oh shit. When you first get on, it's like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but think about it. If let's say we go to Six Flags, right? And you get on the Texas Giant or whatever it is. The first time you rode it, it was like, oh, fuck.
Get me off.
But the second, third, fourth, fifth time, it become more relaxed. And now you're able to put your hands up and put your hands down. And before long, you're just going to be able to chill and just smile.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. It's all about dedication and devotion to me.
That's
right. All right. So It ain't about loyalty. You can buy loyalty, right? I got a beautiful business, and I got guys that are extremely loyal to me, right?
Yeah.
But let me stop doing what I'm doing, and that loyalty goes out of the window.
Yeah.
Right? If I were to stop doing certain things with my wife, the dedication and the devotion will still be there as a factor because we truly believe in love. Love is showing. Love is an action word to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like you go outside right now and someone give you $100 and they give you a ride home and they pay for your clothes and all these other things. You know what you're going to wind up saying? Man, I appreciate you, dude. I love you.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? You say that because of an action that just happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so me personally, man, I feel that if there's no dedication and devotion mixed in that in the ingredient, then it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? And so
were you ever just truly tested though?
Shit. This morning.
Every day.
Every day. This morning. Listen, man. Listen. Why study for a test if you don't expect to get tested?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Why study? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like why sit back and study for something and don't expect the fucking test?
Yeah.
So, no, man, I expect it. I do. Listen, man, sometimes I want to pull the hair that I don't have. Sometimes I want to sit back and just scream and just walk away from all situations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I say to myself, this is my test. Listen, I will forever be a student. And God is always going to be my teacher.
There you go.
There's teachers that you dealt with in your days of living. You know what I'm saying? That you didn't understand their tactics or their strategies. You hated their guts. You know what I'm saying? Because you felt like either they didn't like you or really you don't know what a teacher had been through. You know what I'm saying? What's the name of that goddamn movie with Morgan Freeman? He was the principal.
Lean on Me.
Lean on Me.
Mr. Clark.
When I first fucking saw that movie, I hated that guy. I was like, I know principals like that. Miss Mass, anyone that went to Dunkerville, they know Miss Judd. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just hated certain ways that they carried themselves. But you don't know what they done went through. Because I can walk, or even if we talk about Principal Houston out there at Kennedy Carey in the hills, the thing is, I would walk up the hallway, and he would never speak. You know what I'm saying? I would say, "Hey, how you doing, sir?" They would never speak. I always mean me. What are you doing out here? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I got a hall pass. I'm going to the bathroom type shit, right? But, you know, I started thinking, man, you don't know what an individual has been through. That's why I don't judge. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm aware of my surroundings. I pay attention. But I can't judge because I don't know what you've been through. I don't know what the fuck happened this morning. Somebody might have damn near just hit you. You might have just lost your pet. Your girl tripping. Your kids are going crazy. Your mom, whatever. You don't know. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know what triggers a person, right? Nice. So me personally, dude, I must say that I didn't like him in the movie until the end. And then I saw the whole picture. Right? And then I saw the whole picture. But before, I'm like, man, why is this principal so fucking a mean ass? Like, why the fuck is he acting like that? You know, I'm just trying to be a good student. He was treating good students that was trying to, you know what I'm saying, you know, be A plus grade makers still like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else. And treating the ones that were hoodlums and shit, like, hey, listen, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just hang in there. But the ones that are doing good, you treat them like shit. You know what I'm saying? So wait. I didn't like the.
Yeah, I'm curious because let's say if you're a principal now, with all the knowledge that you have.
Oh man, I'm tough.
Yeah. Well, I said, what kind of principal would you be? You see,
tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would be tough, man. I would. I don't know. I think I would go about it differently. You know what I'm saying? I would still have a smile on my face because I do know kids are really sensitive. You know what I'm saying? So I would carry myself in a different manner, but I still would be stern.
So you want to take them to the roof?
Fuck no.
You wouldn't put the chains on the doors?
No, hell no. You know what? No. Listen, I don't want to make them feel a certain type of way. Kids are real vulnerable, right? Yeah. And it don't take much pressure to break them. And you're saying now, if I was a principal now, meaning with everything else that's going around me, with all the gun violence and everything else, hell no, you can't, because now that motherfucker is gonna go AWOL. You know what I'm saying? And so he know where my desk is.
Yeah.
He know what it takes to get inside that motherfucker.
Say, man, I do you.
Yeah.
You gotta take that serious.
And the thing is, they won't even tell you. They don't have to tell you no more. You've already broken that barrier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These days. Now, back in the day, we didn't believe in the only weapon that we'll probably ever carry. Back then,
paddle.
Fucking, let me carry no goddamn paddle. Like kids.
Even the kids.
Kids was a knife. A screwdriver, little shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we kids, guns was almost taboo. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh shit, you got a gun? Well, y'all got a gun in your house? Type shit. Like it was, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just used as a glorified tool to show off.
Yeah.
That was it. Actually busting that motherfucking man, you'd be scared, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, but you growing up in the military, how was that? I mean, growing up in the military. Yeah, you're around guns. How did that go?
You know what, man? Honestly, and that was a good question. It was different. And let me tell you the reason why. Because my daddy took us around. First off, my sister, hey girl, she was born in Germany, right? And that was on our second tour. And people were different. It took us around a different set of people, different types of attitudes and everything, right? So what I had learned is from where I had come from, I was always fighting my own kind. Like I was always fighting the other black person, the other black kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they didn't understand us because we talk different. You know what I'm saying? Our dads want us to articulate our words. You know what I'm saying? He said, you don't got to sound like that, nigga, just because you're here. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted us to excel as high as we could in any circumstance, right? So I say, and for that, I appreciate him for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad's a man, he had flaws too. You know what I'm saying? We all as men have flaws. But me personally, dude, I say that, no, I want to go back to that whole principle shit, bro. Listen, man, kids are so sensitive. And I speak on this because I think of my boys. I think of my nephews and all that, man. I think about how they listen to and hang on to every word you say. You know what I'm saying? So I'm extremely mindful of what I do and how I do it. You know what I'm saying? And we, as grown people, we have stopped showing not just our kids, but the kids around us, the love, action that they need to see. Because what happens is they gather all their love from gaming, from all the social medias and everything else. And then they put together a package in their head is this is how it's supposed to be.
Yep.
So if that grown up, because when I grew up, again, you can walk in a grocery store, right? Most grown ups will speak to you. Hey, how are you, young man? How are you, young lady? Whoop this, that, and the third, right? Or if you're acting up, they're gonna say, hey, listen, you know not to act like that. They don't have to be your parent. They'll set your ass straight right then and there. These days, everything is pulling out your fucking phone and pulling out your camera and trying to tape this and tape that instead of saying, you know what? Hey, chill out, man. You know, listen, man, do what your mama said. You know what I'm saying?
So the problem with that is they'll say, well, mama's a liar. And the only reason I say that because,
I get
like
that.
you said, you have to be careful what you say around kids because you'll say it. And I learned this from my 12-year-old.
Sure.
I'll say something, I'll give her some facts or say whatever is on my mind.
Right.
And she'll go to her phone and go Google it.
Yeah.
And then find out I'm wrong. But don't tell me that she Googled it. But she'll just in her mind know that, oh, he just be making up shit.
Yeah.
So it's like they can't even take the credibility of mama because it's like you just be saying shit. So it's like it's a different world, a different game.
But that goes to our credit, right? Before we speak on something, we should know what we're talking about. But again, we're back. We're so busy talking. We're so busy dealing with real life.
Yeah.
You know, look, with the interest rate being so high, people don't want to buy houses no more.
Yeah.
You know, this and that or that or this. I mean, there's so many things going on to where we can't give our kids or our better half sometime the energy that we typically would if we wouldn't have to worry about certain things. But it's hard out here, bro. When we go outside, we sit here worried about a nigga trying to get us. Worried about, you know what I'm saying, will we have enough to cover this and to do that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And all, it's so many variables. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm curious, who helped you with your homework? You being the oldest and your parents being like, who'd you go to?
Okay, so kind of to what the kids are doing now, right? They're gathering from here and here and here and here and then compiling their own bit to help them. I was observant. I picked up what I saw the neighbors do. I said, oh no, I don't want to do that. But I like how this man is always opening the door. You know what I'm saying? Okay, all right, that's just cool. Brownie points. And then I find myself getting upset when you do open up the door and the motherfucker don't say thank you. And then I'm like, God damn, you rude motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I start realizing that you're not doing it for them. You're doing it because it's instilled in you to do. You know, if you do it for that, it's not your blessing. It's never going to come from the person you're being a blessing to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's where a lot of people misconstrue it. Like, real quick, man, may I say this?
No, please.
I was at a restaurant. I can't remember whose birthday it was, but we were celebrating, it might have been my son, celebrating a birthday. Was it when we was at Olive Garden? Yeah. So we were celebrating my son's birthday, and it was this lady and her son. They were sitting adjacent from us. And so I wanted to take care of their meal. You know what I'm saying? I just love how the parents, he was engaging with his mom. You know what I'm saying? I love that. And so I took care of it. I told the lady, the waitress, no, don't say who it come from. You know what I'm saying? But she did anyway. And she said, well, thank y'all so much. And I'm like, oh, no worries at all. Just enjoy the rest of your day. The next day, I haven't went to CC's Pizza in years.
Who has?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I don't know what it was, but the old lady wanted to go to fucking CC's Pizza. So we go. As soon as I walk in, my wife said she recognized her. I didn't. But she came up to the counter and she said, I want to take care of you guys' meal. I said, ma'am, no. It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Now listen, I can't control her, but I can control me. You know what I'm saying? And I said, it don't work like that. When I got home, I had a check sitting at the mailbox for over $7,000. God take my soul. I forgot all about it. Forgot all about this money. All about that money.
Yeah.
And that's just the God honest truth. You know what I'm saying? And
that's
so
the energy.
Yeah, but my point is you would never be blessed from the one you're blessing.
That's
you understand what I'm saying? Like me to do something for you, if you were to give it back to me, we're just exchanging.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So what I do for you, I'll get from another source.
Man.
You get what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it, bro. So whenever I give something, you know what I'm saying? That's why my mama always used to say, she'd say, don't be an Indian giver. Right? Yeah. And I didn't understand that shit when I was young. I'm like, shit, if I give you something, nigga, you don't appreciate it, I'm taking the shit back. Yeah. Right? But I understand it now. You know what I'm saying? You give from here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if you're able to give, financial, but I give financial, I give spiritual, is what I can. I give mental. I try to give all of what I can because I keep telling myself, we're supposed to gather all the information we can here because we're going to transition again, right? Right. This whole spill, man, this is becoming fun now.
Yeah, right? Now we're getting there.
Because man, listen, so my daddy told me, man, years and years and years ago, he said, say, boy, you'll never be alone, right? He said, now you might be lonely, but you'll never be alone. I'm like, nigga, what? I didn't tell him that, man. My mind, I'm thinking like, what the fuck is you talking about? He said, man, you was in my nuts. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to be graphic, guys.
But yeah, he's giving it to you real.
He said, but you was in there with millions and millions and millions of other motherfuckers, right? So you was never alone, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You might feel lonely. That's in the mental, right? But you was never alone. And so one day you decided, you know what I'm saying, that you had enough strength to beat every last one of them millions and millions of motherfuckers to make it. You understand what I'm saying?
That's real.
So you're automatically a winner. Automatically a winner. So once you made it out of there, you came out where other billions of motherfuckers are. Right?
Yep.
So that's another transition.
Yep.
And then when you leave here, you transition to where there's, I can't even put a number on it.
Oh,
how many people didn't pass away from there?
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? The thing that you have to keep in mind is everything happens for a reason, right? My father's gone. So the motherfuckers that made it out, and I'm speaking of me and my siblings, there will be another motherfucker to make it out of him.
Yeah.
He's done. So all those millions of motherfuckers that he carried in his nuts, they're with him now.
Yeah.
They can never make it out here. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I was smart enough, strong enough to say, I'm gonna pick this time and take off and hopefully win this race. And I did so. And so did you.
That's how I should look at it.
And so did you.
Came out a winner.
Listen, we can look at absolutely. So that's why I say, man, listen, we can't say, hey, listen, man, that ain't the path I'm supposed to go in. How can you say that and you're still here?
That's true.
Some guy told me the other day, he say, man, if I would have known better, I would have did this and I would have did that. And I say, then you wouldn't be who you are today. You wouldn't.
Can't take it back.
You can't do that. Yeah, I want to be a doctor. But yeah, who to say you would have become a doctor? And then if you would have became a doctor, you might have fucking died by the same shit that you're trying to doctor in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have an issue. I have a couple of issues that I'm dealing with. But what if my doctor, I got pancreatitis, but what if my doctor died from pancreatitis? The fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a master of a few trades. But if I come into your house and I wind up dying from something that I do on a day-to-day, you're like, man, it was no good. You know what I'm saying? It's all about experience.
Yeah, but
right?
they even say that with the submarine guys, that those guys, the CEO at least, he died doing what he loved. That he probably wouldn't want to go out any other way. But
right, sure.
I can't speak for him because, right. But I'm saying when you're doing something that you love to do that's risky.
Absolutely.
It's probably the way you're going to go. But I understand what the concept you're saying with the pancreatitis and
Well, the whole purpose of me saying that is, again, if I am this infamous blue chair, right?
There you go.
But if I built furniture, I built this piece of furniture and I sat down on it and that leg broke. How good was I, really? You get what I'm saying? For me to put it out there, I have to have mastered my craft. You get what I'm saying? Like, you just have to. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying?
I like what you meant, and I want to stay right there because you speak on energies and doing for others. Do you believe on speaking things into existence?
Absolutely. You absolutely do.
Affirmation.
Yeah, period.
Okay. Yeah. And that's for the young kids. Like, say it. Speak it.
Absolutely.
Don't tell others. You don't got to worry about telling others.
Right.
But tell yourself. Speak it. Say it.
Absolutely. Well, a lot, these days kids don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Unless it's amongst themselves.
Yeah.
We cut our kids off from talking. I'm busy. I'm watching reality TV, or I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We kind of cut our kids off.
Yeah, that's
talking to them. And so we push them to want to go confide elsewhere. Now they're into the gaming and they're talking to the cats on the phone. You know what I'm saying? And now they chat with them niggas. Say, my mom the same way.
Yeah.
My dad's the same way. Shit, we got to do something. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when they form their own alliance and they do whatever else they want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why now everything is shoot 'em up, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? Because this will resolve everything. You never heard of fucking kids killing parents back then? You want to do what, nigga?
At all. Even approach me. Oh my God.
Make me feel like that. My daddy always used to say, I don't love you, boy. Why you think you still here? You know what I'm saying? Because that's how parents feel. They feel like, if they love is showing. Nigga, I show you every day I love you. Don't you got a roof over your head? Don't you got food on the table? Don't you got a nice, a nice, comfortable spot?
Yeah.
How dare you complain? But kids these days complain about every goddamn thing. I don't got that game. I don't have those shoes. I don't have those clothes. You know what I'm saying? So it changes It changes, and then it's disrespectful to the parents.
Nah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we sit here and we bust our ass. Man, listen, you at work right now, bro. You're working right now. How disrespectful is it for your daughter to sit back and act as if you ain't did shit all day?
Come on now. Come on. Yeah.
I've been working all goddamn day, man. I've been waiting on LT to bring his ass on up here for damn near an hour. I've been working all goddamn day. How dare you?
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't
Yeah, but my point is, you know what I'm saying? We have to continue to embed morals and values and respect into our kids because it goes a long way.
So I have a question. And again, shout out to jeweler. Who's your jeweler? Because
Solomon.
Solomon.
Yeah, right on.
Goddamn, a fool.
Right on, man. Thank you, bro.
What do you do when you're wearing your jewelry, and let's say you're with your kids, and you pull up to a light and there's a homeless man there? Do you feel obligated to say, "Let me give him something"? Because
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I'm just curious of the mindset.
Right.
Because let's say your kids are there, they're watching you, they know you got it on, and this man right here looks like he needs something. And there's a whole game to that either way. But what goes through your head?
All right, so here's the thing. I don't worry about what they think. Me. That's me, right? And let it just be the manly pride of me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't worry about what nobody thinks. Me personally, when I see a homeless guy, I again, I don't judge, but I just pay attention. Let me see what you wrote. You know what I'm saying?
That's where it starts with me too.
Yeah. Let me see what you wrote, and I go based on just the whole vibe of it all. If I personally help a person who is trying to help themselves. I would never ever help someone who ain't trying to help themselves because they will always take from you, always. Yeah. When a person is trying to help themselves, I will definitely engage. You know what I'm saying? Like there's times when I've done things and I don't have to speak on it much. Just know that I look like this because I'm blessed like this. What you see, I done 10, 100 folds out there. And I got much more to come. Even when I leave here, when I leave this world, bro, I know my next transition is going to be even better. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here and I gather all my thoughts. I gather all my ideas from all the great people around me. You know what I'm saying? From you and my boy Rook and everybody else, Fat Boy and Angel and everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Sweetheart and Jay, all of them. I gather everything from you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm going to need it elsewhere. All these are tools.
There you go.
And I deal with tools on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? I say, I might not use this one yet.
There you go.
But I know I'm going to use it at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? So, no, it's based on them. Back to that, it's based on their action.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's real. Sometimes I look at, if they were kind of lazy with the writing or just had like 2 words, I'm like, I've seen people have a whole thing.
For sure.
I always have a rule, like, but if they're amputated, I normally, I don't know. It's just me.
It's a different story. It changes the game.
It changes the game.
Sure.
Now, LT, I got to ask you because, you have a storied life. And again, there's ups and like you said, there's downs.
Sure.
One of those downs, you actually had to go sit down for a little bit back in the, in the day.
Yeah, man.
Are you willing to touch on that? If you
I shed a little light on it. Man, it was. I had just turned 17 years old, not even a month in, and something happened, and me not being acquainted with the law, you know what I'm saying, and anything like that, you know what I'm saying. I fought it for as long as I could, you know, and as far as what it is, that part I don't feel like I necessarily have to say, but I will say that, I didn't come from a family with a lot of money, you know what I'm saying, so I didn't have a lawyer and all that outside of the one that they give you, you know what I'm saying, and so I went through that, and then in the midst of it all, I didn't agree to some things, and man, I had to go take a seat, and taking that seat, man, I got through into this jungle, like, I I didn't even know shit like this is even places existed. You know what I'm saying? Whereas
where'd you go, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, man, what unit I was on?
Yeah.
Oh man, I was on Rocky Robinson, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a little different. You know what I'm saying? When I went there, man, it had only been open like a little over 2 years. Shit, we youngsters, we were running shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, man. The oldest cat that I caught chain with, he was like 26 years old, and he was considered old. We considered him an old man. You know what I'm saying? Like it was 17, 18, 19, 20. We were just different, bro. You know. I hear people all talk about these other farms and like Ferguson and Clemens and Darrington and all these Beto 1s and 2s, but man, those are old units.
Yeah.
You know, they were old units. You're talking about units that were built in the 70s and the 80s. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it was just different. You know, when you go into a gladiator farm, like where I was at, shit, it's different, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you're looking at everything. You know what I'm saying? You know, respect wasn't a factor there yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had to respect is supposed to be given, not earned. That's what people fuck up. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to give respect. Now, what happens after they give it is totally on them. But I'll always respect the person. I don't feel like you have to earn it for me to give it. You know what I'm saying? Now, what you do with the respect that I give you is on you. If I sit here and I walk past you, oh, excuse me, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna sit here and bump you, and then you sit back and you say what you're gonna say, and then I show you respect based on your action. I shouldn't have to do that back then. But where I come from, it wasn't that. You actually had to earn respect where I was at. You know what I'm saying? And I was a field nigga. You know what I'm saying? I was what they call a lead man. You know what I'm saying? So I can tell you every whole squad I was on, you know what I'm saying? And I was the lead man. I ran my whole squad. You know what I'm saying? Youngster, running my whole squad, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it was a little different. So, you know, you had to sit back and evaluate shit. And see, size didn't really mean shit. And I'm just being honest, bro.
Yeah.
You know, say people talk about, well, fuck farms. I ain't even talk about farms. The Lou.
Just the Lou.
The Lou.
Just the Lou.
Was a motherfucker all by itself, dog. Listen, man, this is when I didn't know nothing about, I didn't know shit about the mental game. Like, I used to see, you know what I'm saying, people go to pill call, all that shit. I didn't know what the fuck I just thought they was going for Tylenol. My little young ass didn't know shit. You know what I'm saying? I just thought it was just some simple shit. I know them boys were really popping pills because it wasn't popping pills back then in the early 90s wasn't a big thing, bro. It was not a big thing. Weed was a thing back then. You know what I'm saying? And then of course whatever else. But what I knew, because again, my mama kept me, you know what I'm saying, away from a lot of stuff. So when I took my vacation, it was different. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so it just was different, man. All I can tell you, man, is that people, I hear people always talk tough and portray it a certain way. That shit was scary. It was extremely, extremely scary.
You having a church background, I've had people on this couch, I've heard people sit down and say like, man, there ain't no God there. Ain't no Jesus there. Whatever you praying for to happen, you won't see it. In the time that, you know, when you hear someone saying like that, you know, again, I don't know the things they've seen, but is that something that you can see someone saying, whatever you came in with, whatever you think is supposed to happen, is probably going to go another way. Okay,
I follow that. I follow that for sure. Because every day, every minute, every moment is changing. The partner that, you know what I'm saying, that's, you know, the cell right beside you can flip on you. You know what I'm talking about? But God is definitely there, bro.
There
because, listen, I will speak very lightly on this. People took their lives because of their mental. People lost their lives because of their mouthpiece. I've seen a lot happen. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff we can't talk about. For the ones that really did it, they can't really speak on it. See, a lot of people that have sat on this amazing couch and everywhere else, any other platform, they won't tell you the true feelings that they had. It was scary. every day was scary. Listen, you can have amazing hands. I was locked up with some great guys, you know what I'm saying, that I knew, you know what I'm saying? And before then, I used to box, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I knew Clifford Earl, Curtis Cokes, man. I was around in his camp for 3 or 4 years. Cedric Rose, a lot of people don't even know. I don't know how people don't know who Cedric Rose is, but he was amazing. I didn't know him as a world-renowned boxer. I just knew he was in the same tank with me.
That's real.
And me and him the same size. And he used to say, come here, youngster, let me show you something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it was just different. I was too busy trying to make him proud. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a youngster, I'm 17, and he's in here showing me the overs and unders and all this, and I'm loving this shit. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't look at him like it was just like if Jordan was in here right now. If he was actually engaging and talking with you, and then y'all go out there and play ball, it's like, man, I'm shooting ball with Jordan. It ain't like, man, it's Jordan. Now you can be like, man, I didn't shot ball with Jordan. Because now you done got comfortable. So when I was with Cedric, it was a little different, man, because I woke up with him every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that, man, this man was a world-renowned, worldwide, boxer, bro. That was fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying? Curtis Cokes was a world-renowned boxer. You know what I'm saying? Won many world championship rings and whatnot, or belts.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just knew that I would say, hey, you're doing that wrong, boy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Raise your feet up a little bit. Your heels are too low. Or this or that or that or this. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you.
You're not slipping out and you know what I'm saying? And teach me about parrying and shit. Like, what?
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So my point is that I knew these guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If they were, rest in peace, you know what I'm saying, to Curtis Cokes. But Cedric, he's still around. You know what I'm saying? And that's people like, yeah, I knew that youngster. You know what I'm saying? And I used to see him, and I ain't gonna say mimicked his style, but I thought he was nice. But I didn't think nobody was nicer than my daddy. My daddy, who's taught me, and I thought my daddy was probably had the best hands I've ever seen.
You seen your daddy get out there?
Oh man, come on, bro. I just saw my daddy mop. You know what I'm saying? And then play with you, and then laugh.
Damn.
And then taunt you, and then tell you to get your ass up. You know what I'm talking about? Because see, that's when I had CB radios. You know what I'm saying? And see, my dad was in the military, bro. So like when we was in Fort Knox, Kentucky, Radcliffe was right next door. Right? I mean, right, just like DeSoto, Cedar Hill, or Lancaster, or whatever. And my dad would sit back and be talking shit with a motherfucker on the CB. And say, bet I'll see you up there and have a second type shit. And he'll get out in the 18 wheeler and my daddy just mop him, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then talk shit. And as he's doing it, he's talking to you. He's relaxed. And see, that's what made me good, because I was always relaxed. I never did anything that's out of the way and heightened and letting you gas me up. Nigga, we gonna get out there. Hey, we got out there, bro. And I'm gonna be relaxed with it. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter. And the crazy part is I'm left-handed, right?
Yeah.
My daddy was right-handed. So for years, I don't know if he the nigga didn't know that I was left-handed or not, but he always taught me, you know what I'm saying, the way that he taught me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I would catch shit, and it made me, because he used to get upset at me because I didn't get the method. Like, I didn't understand it. Like, it was uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Until I got like good in the shit. Then that's when Cedric Rose, because he was a southpaw. He was like, I was drawing one day, and he was like, and I love to draw. He said, you left-handed? I said, yeah, man, I'm left-handed. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. And I'm still yes, sir, no, sir. He said, man, come here. So we get out there, and I change up, and I'm like, what? This is comfortable.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started realizing, and my daddy, he can go both ways too, but you know what I'm saying? But he was a tough motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, my daddy is the it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love that nigga. Man, I love him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he, you learn from other people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can sit here and say, hey, listen, this is how you how you supposed to make spaghetti, right?
Yeah.
And then someone else will say, well, you know what I'm saying, man, that's really good, but man, you should turn the paddle this way. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And do this way. You're like, you know what? I kind of like that too. You know what I'm saying? And then you find yourself gathering all of that And then you find your own way. And that's what happened. So when I went to where I went, when you first walk in, bro, you're getting looked at, my nigga. Period. You're getting looked at, bro.
When you say looked at, like, what you mean?
Oh, don't get looked, you don't catch a fade. Okay. Yeah. And the thing is, man, and then if you haven't, now you're catching the fade, bro. No, it ain't no way around.
Got to.
It's I don't give a fuck if you playing bones or if you're on the yard or whatever. You're gonna catch you one, fat boy. Am I on that? Yeah. So it's automatic. It's absolutely automatic, bro. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is that every night before I even left the loo, matter of fact, the nigga right-handed guy take my soul from line. A nigga I had just had some time with, you know what I'm saying? They want to lock up, you know what I'm saying? So we locked up, we did our thing. Nigga, we caught that same chain the same night. Me and him both are like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. But we were so scared about where the fuck we were going. Cause see, I had to go to the walls. We go to the walls, and that's when the motherfuckers sent me over there to Robertson. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand Rocky and all that shit yet. You know what I'm saying? Cause they just, so that's when you had to go get your ID, and they tell you what your job is and all this other shit. And I'm a field nigga. Yeah. I stayed in the field the whole entire time except for the last 2 months. And I was in the kitchen. And really, I should have been kicked out of the kitchen because we was stupid.
Hooking them up?
Yeah, no, it was just, no, it wasn't even about that, bro. It was again, man, that's when respect started to roll in. When you've been there so long, again, from in that era, you know what I'm saying? You had to earn respect. It wasn't given. You know what I'm saying? Like me respecting you is different because I'm gonna give you the respect. Back then, you had to earn it. You had to show a motherfucker you had something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you earn that respect. And then you might not have to have another fight for probably a couple of months.
That's real.
And then somebody new come in on the wing. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta get back out there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Now you sure you want to LT out? That nigga just look like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then you get out there, and then it changes it. It changes the whole game. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever take any L's in there?
None.
Oh man,
I put that on my pancreas right now, bro. Listen, put that on my pancreas, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, dude. I haven't. That don't mean that one ain't gonna ever come, but I still got all my teeth.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing. No. Now listen,
Yeah.
The worst thing I ever had, God take my soul, on my life was a scratch on my eye. I got into a fight with a white boy. He was like 6'8", 6'9".
Damn.
And his partner, and he was a Wood. You know what I'm saying? They had Aaron Brotherhood, and then they had Woods, right? Totally different. I thought it was the same.
What's Woods?
It's just Woods. It's Harlem Woods. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, that was their own clique. Then you had the ABs. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he was having his partner across the way was fighting out in the day room. I guess it rubbed him the wrong way, and he was drawing on a handkerchief, and I accidentally stepped on him because again, I'm trying to look. And I'm still having, we had steel tables in the day room with 4 steel chairs around it. So I couldn't see when I was standing on the stool. I had to stand on top of the table. And as I stood on top of the table, I was wrong. I get it. Because I barely put my foot, because that's how they make their money. You know what I'm saying? With Skittles and get the different colors and all that. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But I stood on his handkerchief, and man, that motherfucker, I didn't see him, but he grabbed my shirt. As he grabbed my shirt to pull me down, I slipped. And that's what I felt and then I went into him, but then we all was on the ground, and he had some coffee, some Keefy coffee. Anyway, we'll go into that shit later. But he had some coffee, and it all spilled on us, man. And so we sit here fighting our ass off, bro. You know what I'm saying? On the ground. But I'm gonna tell you something. He was so player about it because, see, again, in my era, it was different. When they come in and they lock you up, lock you down, one thing that they always do, and I don't know what they do nowadays, but they look at your hands. They look at your hand, they say, I want to see everybody's hands. And so they'll look in your hand and see if there any kind, I got teeth marks all through my shit. But they look all in your hands, they want to see any kind of blood or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? The white boy never told on me. He never said, listen, man, I was what they call a G5, right? I was a maximum, you know what I'm saying? Level 5, G5, whatever, right? Yeah. So I was extremely high custody. So it was a little different. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have I didn't have like the S4 class and all these other different classes to where you can go outside by yourself and all this and that. You know what I'm saying? Every time I go outside of the yard, I will be heavily guarded. And a lot of niggas that I know are the same way. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no trustee type shit. You know what I'm saying? And what I was for. So, no, man, the dude never told on me, bro. And he went to Chow. So when he went to Chow, and I stayed in, me and my partner, we were just talking about it, like laughing about this fucking fight because it was just funny. See, back then, fighting was fun. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was like, say, man, that was live, bro. Woo, 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 woo. The guy came back in. He used to say, look at LT, we good? I said, hell yeah, we good. And it showed me something. You know what I'm saying? Again, back to that whole tough shit.
Yeah, hey, respect.
At the end of the day, bro, we all scared. When you're in a situation like that, because you don't know who's with who.
Yeah.
See, that's why I didn't understand that whole Crip shit and blood shit. Because in there, don't get me wrong, that played some part. But majority, when it comes to the black race, we respected those that stood up for themselves. Yeah. If you were strong enough to stand up for yourself and then motherfucker say something rude or get out of line, as long as you get out there and stand up for yourself, you good. You didn't have to be a gang. You didn't have to be this related or that related. As long as you was a man and you stood up out for your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
so
that's
just because a young little dude is a blood and I'm a bigger blood, I ain't gonna get out there for you.
Right. No. No, you got to get out there.
Yeah.
You got to get out there. Listen, right hand to God, dude. We used to have a line. I don't know if they did it on where you was at, fat boy, but we had a line, right? And it will be niggas lined up on the left and on the right. And I say, hey, I got him. I'm looking him. I bet I'm gonna look at him. And that's how it went, bro. Right on everything, my dude. You know what I'm saying? I just saw niggas from Bonton, from the West, from the East, the North. I'm talking about had hellacious hands. Hellacious hands, bro. Skinny to big. It didn't matter. It did. Heart and talent played the part. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The muscle shit, that's only gonna scare the motherfucker who don't know nothing. That's it.
Yeah.
Being all cut up and all that shit, that only scared that nigga who was scared to get out there. But the nigga that know how to get out there, we know where your liver is, nigga. We gonna get to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We know how tough that jaw really is. You can only make that bitch so strong, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So we know the type of pressure. Yeah, we gonna catch some. You're gonna have to take some. But any motherfucker that is willing to take some, I assure you, he know how to give them. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like, again, I don't glorify that. I would never. And my sons, the thought of them doing something stupid would make me get into their ass. The thought of it. Because I know the mental issues that come along with that. Yeah. See, you think you want to be tough and go to jail and to do this and to do that. But it fucks with your mental and your physical. And it fucks with everybody that's tied to you. Because now I got to suffer. Your mom got to suffer. I financially going to have to suffer. Anybody else that you're tied to is going to have to suffer. Their parents are going to have to suffer. Anyone that's tied to that is going to hurt.
Yeah.
So the only reason why I made mention of that is because it's a beautiful story that came out of that, right?
Yeah.
See, why I went down isn't the real reason why I was there, if that makes any sense. So let me elaborate a little bit. Just a little bit. I was given a probation. And that's typically when you know that they don't got you, right? You know what I'm saying? When they give you that, what they call adjudicated probation. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. You do this 2 years adjudicated, it'll be wiped away if you're right. That's when you know they don't got shit on you, right?
Yeah.
Well, shit. Nigga, when I knew that anyway. I fought that shit for a year and a half. A year and a fucking half, bro. I forgot all about it. That's how, the only time I knew about it is that every fucking month I had a report. You know what I'm saying? To that place where you get your bond at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then a court date, and they say, reschedule. And then I wind up, when you start doing it for so long, you get tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I got to go to court again.
Yeah, same
shit. And so you get tired. You're like, oh, here's a 2-year probation. Listen, you don't got to report. You don't got to do this. You don't got to do that. Just follow this, and then you'll be done in 2 years. You're like, okay, cool, I don't got to come back down to this motherfucker again. All right? Because you're around motherfuckers that you know have done something. You know what I'm saying? Or you've done something. Because see, a lot of people that are incarcerated, a lot of them, believe it or not, a lot of them go down for reasons that had nothing to do with the real true reason why they went down. You know what I'm saying? You could have just violated a probation of some sort. You know what I'm saying? Or you might have got accused for something. You didn't do this, but you sure as fuck did that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what happened in my scenario. Because again, I was 17. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was gullible and scared. And so I felt like I took the best route. But then that's when other shit came and then, you know, whatever. Ultimately, and I thank God for a strong family because, man, I ain't gonna lie. I can't say I didn't contemplate taking my own shit. And that's the God honest truth, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that. I'll be lying. When you sit in that motherfucker by yourself, you know, in SEG or wherever the case, you know what I'm saying? Those thoughts do run across there.
How could you do it? Like what? Like what's around? Like what? Like
how could you do what?
You said I'm gonna check out.
Man,
what's a like sheets? Like what's?
Oh man, listen, man. There's you know well, yeah, you can use sheets. I knew people to do that too. You know what I'm saying? Take the elastic off around your belt and all types of shit you can do. You know what I'm saying? It don't take much to take it if you really want to take it. Mm-hmm. You know. Now, if you're doing it for other people's entertainment, you know what I'm saying? It's different. When you say you want to take your life and
I want to make a show of it.
Yeah, make a show. Yeah, that's different. But when you really want to do something, it's done. Mm. It's done. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's done. It's no, I'm going to think about it. No, you're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And you know what to do. You can go in fields and it's all kind of tools and shit that you can utilize to do that. So, but yeah, man, you know, like I say, dude,
how much time did you do? I'm just curious.
5 years.
Just tell me, how was it going from hearing the clanking of metal all day to hearing crickets outside when you were free?
Yeah.
How was that transition?
Man, listen, I try not to dwell in there.
Yeah.
Mentally. I would just, when my family would come, especially my sister, when they came, I would always just want to hear their voice. You know what I'm saying, in my head. You know what I'm saying? I found myself rereading letters all the time, all over and over and over again, just to keep my mental where it's supposed to be. But you know what, man? It ain't no feeling like walking out of the walls, though. I tell you that shit. Walking up that long ass motherfucking street, going to that 2-story house, catching that little piece of check. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. It's a feeling. It's just like a motherfucker walking out the loo. You know what I'm saying? You be in that motherfucker a week or be in there a day, and they tell you to follow that yellow brick road type shit. Real. It's no feeling like it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you survived, and you still have an opportunity.
Yep. You
know, when you walk in, you're not guaranteed to come out. As a matter of fact, your chances are extremely low.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Extremely low. You know, because the loo back then was crazy. Back then they don't have cigarettes and all that stuff now. Back then they had top cigarettes. They had Keefy coffees, speedballs. They had things to keep a lot of knockout artists calm and cool. But when they took all that shit away to where you couldn't smoke no more, and when you couldn't do certain things no more, these knockout artists, these gorillas, they was awake again. And they were taking shit.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Now, for real. You know what I'm saying? They were taking shit, bro.
So LT, I gotta ask, you know, you've been doing music for a long time.
Right.
Very talented, very craft oriented, you know what I'm saying, as far as just, you know, getting into your craft.
Sure.
And I want people to be able to go check out your music, and I want them to take their own from it.
Absolutely.
But I also do want to touch on, you know, you were doing one thing that I seen that hasn't been done before in a while, which was grabbing an older artist and saying, not saying I'm gonna just do a feature with them, but I'm gonna really go through there and just try to create something with this artist beyond just a song. And that was with Don Chief, Big Chief.
Right.
Tell me real quick, what was your mindset as far as getting in the work with Don Chief? Because again, some people just go in there and maybe just do an album, not really do visuals, or just do a feature and say, I'm gonna get this artist and pay homage. But you really went through there and just was really creating something which got his juices back flowing into doing this again. You know what I'm saying? As far as what he said on our couch. What was that as far as what you want to do there?
So when I said I really wanted to do music, when I started in like 2010, 2011, I wanted, I don't know. I wanted to grab who I figured, who I had the budget for it. So I wanted to grab whoever I figured, like who figured who was the hottest, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, you know? And this guy named Michael Jeter, he was his manager.
Shout out Michael Jeter.
Yeah. And so he became my manager or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so anyway, that's how I wound up getting with Chief. And we came out with a song, and it was on the radio for like 2 weeks. Some shit. Now, boy, you couldn't tell me shit. Right?
Hear that? Hey, once you hear him come to the radio.
Yeah. You couldn't tell me anything, man. Shit. So, but to say why him in particular, I can't. I just wanted the hottest person. You know what I'm saying? And that was right when he had supposed to get that the deal with Cash Money, I think it was.
Sir.
And the same week actually, and. But I like his temperament. I think he's a good guy. You know what I'm saying? And so, what
are your thoughts on the flack that the young artists try to throw on him now? As far as, hey, you could have reached out and worked with more of us back then when I tried to holler at you. I mean, he gets a lot of flack for that, which I feel is, some people say it's justified. You know, others say it's unjust that he was doing his thing. He did put boys on.
Got you. So, all right, my thing about that, or my thing on that is this. I mean, ultimately, it boils down to respect, right? So, and then secondly, you have to help those that are trying to help themselves. Hear me out. I'm not saying that those individuals wasn't trying to help themselves. We don't know what happened behind closed doors, right? Meaning, like, we don't know what Chief didn't do. You know, because facts. I don't do it in front of you, don't mean it wasn't done.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it could have been, hey, you're doing very good, young man. I would probably do this. I would probably do that. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't have to necessarily be brought to your light. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So I can't speak on that because I know what I do and I don't want recognition for it. Back to what I said about the restaurant when I paid for that lady's meal, and her husband, her and her son. I didn't want the recognition from that. You know what I'm saying? So who to say he didn't?
So what would you say as far as to speak on Dallas then? Because, you know, even on Mogul Media, Big D has mentioned in a conversation, I think with Lucci, saying that Dallas artists, just based on, you know, Dallas being what it is, a lot of artists do look for handouts. Like, do look for like, hey, I don't want to pay you for a feature. You say, hey, that's 500. They're like, man, let's swap, or when I'm on, you own, or whatever. Right. You know, they do a lot of that in Dallas. And what do you say to the artists that move with that kind of business sense, where they're like, hey, won't you just do for me real quick, and just why you want to charge me?
Well, listen, I'm gonna say this. We are our worst enemies. Black people are our worst enemies. We are our worst enemies.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? Like, we never want to see the next person. It's a horrible mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, but that's just the way it goes, man. You know, blacks do more damage to blacks than any other race.
Yeah.
Hitler wasn't killing black niggas. Hitler was killing his own people. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's just the way it goes, man. We don't want to see other people do good.
I'm sorry, I probably distracted as hell, but
no worries.
I'm curious because, you know, when you say we're our own worst enemy, do you feel like in Dallas that we just didn't have the business acumen with music?
For sure.
Just the rappers, producers, just all of the music business in Dallas, there was no business acumen that we could have really grabbed onto or even knew what, because we're in the music business. We were doing it for years.
Sure.
And I know there was no business, there was no contracts, nothing. No pins came out with nothing. Yeah. So I could see this going around all over.
Absolutely.
Kind of the city, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, no, for sure, dude. No, we weren't really enlightened on how certain things should go about, or how we should go about certain things. Like you said, contracts or going through the ASCAP and doing this and doing that and making sure our body of work is protected and this and that. Like, no, and I'm a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I went about it the street mental way, meaning I would pay the DJs $200. Go, hey, say, man, spin my song, bro, just to check the vibe. You know what I'm saying? In the club, and I would do this every single night. You know what I'm saying? DJs would know my face because they know he gonna slide me $200.
Do you feel that method worked?
I'm on the fence on it, man.
Yeah, for you personally, because it might be different for someone else. For you personally, did you feel like it worked?
No, it was back to me, it was back to the way of my thinking is, you can't help. You can only get got when you're trying to get. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And so if I'm sitting here saying, hey, listen, man, here's $200, and I'm saying this every single time, and I'm not adding anything in addition to that, say, hey, listen, would you spend this a few times tonight? Well, just spend it this one time.
Yeah, they gonna take you all. They gonna take you all day.
You know what I'm saying? But I should say, put this in your queue, man. Put this in your, you know what I'm saying? So every 10, 15 songs, throw this in there for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, put it in your catalog of music. I wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? And so I can't blame him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what someone else told me. Having played at the beginning of the club, in the middle, and towards the end, is really what you should be paying for versus that one time. Right.
Yeah. And I did that whole DJ thing that had downtown underground type shit, and they listen to your music and they critique it and do this and that. But man, listen, again, unless you're putting a shitload of money on the table, someone will always find something to say. You know what I'm saying? And so, well, the tempo's a little too fast, or the mastering is a little off, or the mixing could be better. Shit to kind of knock you off your shit. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, fuck this shit. Nigga, I just got to bust my ass and make this $5,000 to give to your motherfucking ass and sit here and tell me that you know what I'm saying? And so it just put a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, I feel that.
But hey, listen, I want to say this. Back to what I said, man. I'm a student, right? God's my teacher. Didn't understand the route he took me in, right? For me to have to go do all of what I'd done, to see the things that my sister underwent, to see things my mother underwent, my dad underwent, my family. Didn't understand it, right? Still today, I'm still in awe on my sister's strength, because that girl went through so much shit, bro, that it's mind-boggling. Like, it truly is mind-boggling. Like, and I have to, I'm the oldest, and I have to go to her to, hey, baby girl, listen, this is that and that and this, and she knows all about it because of the shit she went through. Yeah. My point is, I don't understand why God led me the way that he led me. You know what I'm saying? And took me the route that he took me. Like, listen, God, 2 + 2 is 4, I get it. Why I got to go 3 + 1? Why I got to do 2 × 2? I get it. All you had to do was tell me. But why take me through all this shit? But he knew that I was built for that, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's things you'll never tell me that Real Life Street Stars had to really undergo to become the platform that you guys are on today. Like, you guys, I would dare say, are probably one of the biggest platforms across the nation. And I can say that. I'm on this side.
Much love.
But I don't know what you guys really had to undergo. I don't know if you niggas were not tested. And what I mean by that is between each other.
Much love.
See, you guys are bros. How many niggas you know, 3 or 4 niggas deep that are still cool as fuck? Dealing with business, my nigga. Okay?
Come on.
My point is, man, I don't know what you guys had to undergo or had to go through. Yeah. I don't know why God led me the way he did. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm appreciative of it. Because it showed me so much, and I'd endured so much, but it made my skin as tough and rigid as it is to still be able to go about what I do on a day-to-day. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, I'm a master of a few trades. It took a long time to get there, but I got the respect over the world. I can go anywhere in the world.
Can you speak on some of those trades real quick, if you don't mind?
Well, electrical is one. I'm a master electrician. You know what I'm saying? And master of a couple other trades. You know what I'm saying? But it took a lot to get to that, to where it don't matter what I look like no more. Yeah. See, I don't do anything that's wanted no more. I do what's needed in the world. And I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? So music for me is just a way for me to vent, to get out. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't do it for certain accolades, you know what I'm saying? Or certs or anything. I do it because it's a way for me to sit back and to let go of things that I would hold on to all the time. See, I was an old dude before I started smoking weed, right? I started smoking weed late in the motherfucking game. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
That shit.
I waited till I was 30 to even try it.
My nigga, I was 30 when I started. Real talk, bro. And I did it. And I thought it was cool at first. But see, the thing is, the reason why I did it is because I was going through something. And it made me think, a lot of people do drugs because they're going through something. And there's no other way of escape. Right? Or at least that's what we think. Like me drinking. I used to drink a lot. I didn't think there was no other way of escape. I say, if I don't drink, shit, I'm gonna probably be out here doing this. I'm gonna probably be out there doing that. When I smoked, it enabled me to stay home. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing certain things that I probably would have done if I had a clear mind and a clear head. Yeah. But being able to smoke allowed me to chill for a minute and say, you know what? Okay, I got control. I don't knock nobody for what they do. I did it. You know what I'm saying? But I also knew where it took me. Because once that high was gone, I went back to that same motherfucker I was prior to doing it. Yeah. And I still had to fight that same motherfucker demon toe to toe. I still had to fight that motherfucker toe to toe. There was no escaping that motherfucker. And I thought if I take this channel, if I take this route, I might be able to slip past that motherfucker. But every time it came down, I was still toe to toe with that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And so I learned the only way to get through something, you got to go through it.
That's right.
You gotta do it. There's no other way. Man, it took forever for me to have this interview.
Hey, man, listen.
For real, dude. Like, you couldn't take me out of this shit.
It was so deserved to have this interview.
Right on.
And we always say it's gonna be on your time, man. Again, even for what you've done for Rook and just
that's my brother, man.
Like, hey, when he used the word mental early on. Yeah, he was sometimes, he'll talk to us and be like, man, you know what, LT, just based on what things that you've done and experienced.
Sure.
You can only learn through experience at times. And again, it's the wisdom that you, of course, provide us. So we said, man, the moment you're ready to sit down, we'll sit down. And like you said, for you, it might have been like, man, it's going to probably take, when I'm ready, I'm going to come through. Sure. Let me get this catalog right. Let me do this. Right on. And it'll make sense when I come, as we're here now.
For sure.
I want you to be able to, again, if we could touch on it, man, we could talk about it. Where, Rook was also advising us as far as, man, the health scare you have and the health scare that you're currently even having to deal with now.
Right, for sure.
Even when he told me and I said, we're doing this interview, I said, man, it's very important. I feel like, that we at least speak on it. Sure. To at least, I always want to have a person's thoughts because we all go through things internally.
Absolutely.
And we don't talk about it, but we deal with it internally.
Sure.
And sometimes some of us don't have the platform to go back to later on and look on like, remember when I talked about that?
Yeah.
And I said, this is to me the perfect opportunity for what you're dealing with to even have the conversation as far as for you of mentally how you balance. Because you've been tested already as far as what you already been through. But of course, we always go through new tests.
Yeah.
So can you even speak on as far as any health issues you have? I know you said pancreatitis early on.
Yeah. So not long ago, my doctor told me that I had pancreatic cancer. Right. I just knew I was having some issues. They told me it was acute pancreatitis. I found this out last year. It's a pain that is unbearable.
You felt it through a pain.
It's your pancreas is what releases like your enzymes that your body needs to break down food, and it controls like your insulin, the sugars in your blood. You know what I'm saying? It's you're one and done when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? At least, just like almost like your lungs. People don't get lung transplants. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty much a one and done type shit. And anyway, but I didn't understand it. I knew I was, and it was brought on by me because I was drinking. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know, man. It was when they told me that it's a possibility. A strong possibility that I had pancreatic cancer. All I can think is I don't got long. You know what I'm saying? Because anyone and everyone that has it, for the most part, are gone in 3 or 4 months, 6 months, a year maybe. You know what I'm saying? But it's what takes you out pretty quickly. Because again, because it contributes so much to your body. You can live without one kidney. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There are certain things you can still live without, but not that, And so I ain't gonna lie, I was scared, bro. Extremely scared. Many a nights I'll call my mom, bro. If I wasn't in the hospital, shit. I would, when I'm home, I'm calling my mom. I'm waking my sister ass up late at night, talking to him because I'm panicking. I'm having anxiety attacks over and over because I know in my mind I'm about to lose my life. See, when you're close to the end, you start thinking about the beginning of everything. In the beginning, you're already thinking about the end. Like a kid in elementary, he's already thinking about graduating high school. Now I can't wait to go to college. What I want to do when I grow up, type shit. I want to be a doctor, a lawyer. You're thinking about the end already. You know what I'm saying? Which is really still a new beginning.
Right.
But in the end, you start thinking about the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Previous relationships and trying to make amends wherever you can. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know that the other side is coming. You know what I'm saying? And so now I still don't know where I stand per se. You know what I'm saying? I got to do a endoscopy and another colonoscopy here shortly. I don't know. Listen, I know how I feel. I know every day is a fight for me. Every night I go to sleep, I dread it. Every night, every single night. You know what I'm saying? I have to take something to assist me to do that. Shit, my mom and them, they just got back from fucking hey, where did y'all go? Alaska. And
Alaska's beautiful, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I tell every black person need to go there.
For sure, for sure. Yeah. But I dreaded it, man, because I couldn't get her. You know what I mean? Wow. I couldn't touch her if I wanted to, and it started fucking with my mental. You know what I'm saying? And so, because I'm like, man, Lord, if it happened, let it happen in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, still right now today, like last night, even last night, I went to bed at 4:45 and I got up at 8. You know what I'm saying? Almost 8. Slept about 3.5 hours out of 24 hours because I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not afraid, bro. I'm still pushing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm scared because it's kind of hard to put trust in something that I feel like don't really truly ultimately have your best interests at heart. You want to say your doctors do, but even they're blinded by money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
If they were to stop getting paid, will they?
Yeah. Continue? Will they administer this or that? So I don't know, bro. All I know is that I deal with pain on a day-to-day. I pop all kinds of pills day-to-day. You know what I'm saying? I have to have this water here for my mental because in my mind, I think, well, as long as I'm drinking something, you know what I'm saying, then I'm still here. I can feel it. You know what I mean? You said
this was when did you go into, you said you felt the pain and then how quickly did you go into the doctor?
Shit, man, it was last year, last February and 2022. And I just had this sharp pain, like right above my stomach. Didn't understand it. And me and my old lady were arguing. You know what I'm saying? Back to that roller coaster shit. Right?
Yeah. Back to this morning.
Yeah, that part. So we were arguing in this shit, and I'm like, babe, man, I don't feel good. And one of my boys, they was up there at Panera's. They was at Panera's. And she thinking I'm trying to come to make amends and shit, like, babe, I'm sorry. And I'm like, and I did. Shit. I'm like, babe, you know what, you right, I'm wrong. But man, I'm hurting. You know what I'm saying? So we went to the hospital. And as soon as I because I drove my own car, and as soon as I pull up in a parking lot, I just was buckled over in pain. I couldn't move. They had to come wheel me out from my car to the spot. So they gave me morphine and all these other, pain meds to take that pain away until they could figure out what was going on. That's when they told me that my pancreas level, which is my mollies and my lipase, it's supposed to be 100 or under 100. I was at 7,400, extremely high, to the point they thought I was about to die then. So I had to undergo all these things just to get it to a place of normalcy. I was in there for weeks, and it was just different. You know what I'm saying? And every day is something different. Every day is, I don't know, Larry. You might want to call your next of kin up here because I don't know. I can't. So when you're living like that, you don't want to, you stop thinking about your kids having kids. You stop thinking about your future per se. It literally sinks you into the past. And you start thinking about, man, was I good enough dad to my kids? Could I have been a better husband to my wife? Could I have been a better son to my mother? Could I have been a better brother to my brothers? You know what I'm saying? Did I really have to do what I did? And now you're panicking because you're like, you want to make right the wrongs, but now you can't get a hold of those people because either they dead and gone, or you have no way of communicating. So all these things that run through your mind when you're really facing it. See, it's different when you're feeling fine and everyone around you is saying you're fine. But if you're bleeding out right now and the only voice you hear is the one who's speaking to you and or God, nothing else around you matters. Nothing else around you matters. You don't hear nothing else, dude. I swear to God, you don't hear nothing else. All you thinking about is, what am I going to do? Shit, where's my mom? Where's my brother? Where's my sister? Where's my kids? Where's my this? Where's my that? And then you start thinking about nobody else but yourself. Then it gets to where the only person you can think about is you. What's next? What do I do now? You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at now. Like last night, I wanted to wake my wife up. I wanted to call your ass. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to call my sister, but I couldn't. 3 o'clock in the morning, I popped me a kava pill. It's called kava, Kava. It's one of the most amazing pills I've ever had. It's better than any Xanax or anything. It's an absolute store, buy it off the shelf type shit. And it calmed me down. You know what I'm saying? See, at times I want to just run out the fucking house. And there's times I have ran out the fucking house and knocked on my neighbor's door. Said, look at man, I just want to talk to you real quick. Man, are you okay? Shit, I don't know. Because I know if I call the ambulance, then I'm going to be in that motherfucker for weeks. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Man, we don't like going to hospitals, bro. You know what I'm saying? We don't. You know what? I don't. I don't like going to hospitals, man, because in my mind, I feel like I won't walk out that hole. Every time you walk out that bitch, again, it's just like jail. It's a gamble. You don't know if you're going to walk out that hole or not. You know what I'm saying? Right. So back on that, I don't know. I got my endoscopy and my colonoscopy scheduled in another week, a week and 2 days. You know what I'm saying? And so
could I ask you a personal question regards, Sure. It's funny you say that, my father, he's dealing with stage 4 cancer right now. And my mother passed from cancer back in like 2001. And he finds himself remembering the past and, bringing her up a lot and how great she was. Sure. For you yourself, are you fulfilled with the life that, you know, lived up to this point where, you know, even I look at myself and I say, hey, I've done things to where, you know, like you just mentioned, grandkids and, you know, their kids and their kids,
Sure.
you know, we're all here for a finite amount of time. And I always look at, you know, choices made and things I could have done. And, you know, am I fulfilled with, you know, the options that I made for myself to set the world forward.
Absolutely.
For you yourself, you know, and again, I'm seeing more music videos, and thank you for even giving us more content because, you know, I'm like, oh man, this is great.
Right on.
For you yourself, you know, on your path, do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel like 50% fulfilled, 80%? Like, have you done the things you wanted to do when you were a little boy saying, hey, I want to do this, and that?
Right. So listen, do I feel fulfilled? No. It's kind of hard to feel like that when you're still living.
As
you know
always,
what I mean?
as always.
But do I feel like I contributed a lot? Do I feel like I grounded myself enough to accomplish a lot of my goals I set out on? Yeah, I did. I don't know any black man here in Texas, yet alone the nation, have accomplished what I've accomplished with what I've been through. See, we gotta keep that in mind too.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? And so now, do I feel fulfilled? No. I don't think I ever feel that way until I make it to the next place. And then I sit back and I look back and I see my boys still doing what I administered into them, what I instilled into them. You know what I'm saying?
And how much, again, coming from a church background, how much does religion and, you know, the Almighty come into just, again, like you said, you went to sleep at 4:30, you woke up at 8.
Man.
You see, you want to wake up daily for the next 20, 30 years.
Right.
How much does religion come into your, you know, your going forward and the power you need to just even say, I want to, you know, we're going to keep going.
Right.
You know, small things to a giant.
Right. You know, my mother, we would go to church every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday night. What she was instilling is just stability, right? And applying that in faith, if you're not accustomed to what faith is and what it does for your mental, because that's really where it's at, right? Then it will overwhelm you and it can take you, right? My mom was instilling faith into us.
Yeah.
And so that's what I live on. You know what I'm saying? Even now, having this interview, real talk, right?
Yeah.
I popped the Kava right before I got here. Right, check it out. Where's my Kava?
Yeah,
I got a little key thing I carry, right? And I say, man, Lord, don't let my life end during the interview, right? Real talk, like right hand to God, bro. Listen, all of us men, listen, man, it's okay to be vulnerable at some point, right? Because that's what makes you strong.
That's facts.
Right? So I say, this water, I swear to God, I asked Rook. I said, man, I need this water because in my mind I say, if I feel a certain type of way, I can just sip on it and it'll bring me back. It'll reel me back in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I have is faith. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I keep dwelling on what my daddy said. Junior, you'll never be alone. You might feel lonely, meaning like you feel like ain't nobody around you give a damn about you. But if you scream, motherfucker, somebody's gonna hear you because you're not alone. You understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yes.
Meaning, if we were to go outside right now, you just had your heart broken. Your kids turn their back on you. Your old lady said, fuck you, it's done, we over. They turn around and pulled your leash They said, oh man, you got a criminal history. You can't rent through us. We just found your shit out, so you got to go. They just repoed your car. You felt lonely than a motherfucker. Who the fuck is gonna help me? But if you would open up your goddamn mouth and scream, I assure you, someone's looking. And some might even say, are you okay? Hey, you all right over there? Meaning you're not alone. You might be lonely, but loneliness is a feeling that comes and goes, right?
Yeah.
But what's facts is that you're not alone. And that is what keeps me going. In my mind, I say, I'll never be alone. If I have to go right now, I know I won't be alone. Okay, I know I won't be alone. I'm in this hospital by myself in my mind because of loneliness. My wife, she had to go do this. My kids, they got to do this. My sister and them, they got to go do what they do. Matter of fact, I swear to you, just today, I told my sister, I say, hey man, we're going to have a pool party Sunday. I just got the pool clean. And she said, well, you know, hubby ain't going to be able to come. I'm like, damn, why he got to work? I just said that today. I'm like, damn, why he got to work though? My thing is that I know that's the loneliness in me, really wanting for him to be there, but I know I won't be alone. So that's what gives me my push.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds however it may sound, but hey, listen, to me, it feels good.
Yeah.
To say that.
Yeah.
It feels good to say that. Like, I'm happy, brother. I'm extremely happy. I've been having a business for 20 some odd years. My guys, they love me to death. I didn't walk there. I didn't pay for their kids to go to college. All types of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but I'm not mentioning names because I don't have to. Because they know. You get what I'm saying? And that's more to me than anything.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the things that I may do for you, for whomever, you don't ever have to make mention. But what you can do is say something negative, because anyone that know me will know that, my character and what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man's man. They know I'm stern on what I'm on. And they also know I have an amazing heart. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I have a beautiful heart. But that motherfucker can turn real. It can turn to different. Yeah. So when I see someone acting extremely nice, I worry about that sometimes, because I say, oh, that's a monster. See, we're seeing the good side. Just like you. You have an amazing smile. But boy, I tell you what, I bet you that motherfucker turned the other way. It's something else. So I want to stay on this side of you. You understand what I'm saying? I like this energy.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that other energy, I don't know what it's like, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like.
Yeah. So my point is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love this piece.
Yeah.
Because I know the war side is a different beast, a different monster. So those that act mean all the fucking time, I know they're really soft. I know they're really sweet. You know what I'm saying? They just need to get that energy off, get it out. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no one to listen to them. You know what I'm saying? They like, you see him, man, fuck the world. But man, if they had an outlet, someone to listen to them, they'll be okay. You can purge that, rid them of that, and then get back to being who they know to be. But sometimes it's hard when people don't listen to you.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
It does get hard. And I got to say,
sure.
Definitely the one thing that you said out of all that is, again, like you said, in your mind, and the way you move, man, you're not alone and you're happy.
Right on.
And man, it's just so much. Even when in playback, there's a lot to unpack with what you just said. But what I like to do is, again, I've known you through Passing Through Rook. So even with this interview, I like to probably let Rook close it out because, again, and there's more story that we're going to get to, probably in future interviews.
Sure.
But whenever we're limited for time, I definitely want to be able to try to focus on the beginning of your story was just amazing. And again, I look to it and say, hey, I see a lot of me in there. A lot of me in there. So
sure.
I'll probably let Rook close it out because, again, you and Rook's bond, as far as the way y'all been rocking, it inspires me to for me to either, talk to my son or talk to my little bros and try to just really give them good games. So I'm going to let Rook close this one out.
But may I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Listen, man. Continue on talking to Dad, you know, and try to get all of what's meant for you. When I lost mine, he called me. He said, Junior, he said, I ain't feeling well. Your mom want me to go to the hospital. I say, Dad, just go ahead and go. Just go ahead and go, Dad. He said, I ain't going. So I had to go all the way over there to where he was at, talk to him when he was in the bed, and he wound up going. That was the last conversation I had with him. And that was on a Tuesday. He passed away that Friday. It was so hard not being able to share so much more and get so much more from him. So while from what you just told me, what I would do, we have to, as men, swallow our prides because you got to keep in mind, we men, we're creators, right? This is what we do. Women, they're nurturers, right? There's no getting around that. There's nothing more powerful in life than a woman. Nothing. But what is power without direction and control? And that's what we are. We're direction and control. You, as your dad's son, while he's here, you need to get all of what you can. The good and the bad.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The great and the ugly. You need to get all of that. I wish I could have. So you say, well, how did you do what you done, you know what I'm saying, to usher, you know what I'm saying, you know, your siblings? Because my dad's, you know, moving around. I had to gather shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of kids out here lost, they had their parents, but they don't. Because they work so hard. And man, by the time they do 10 hours of school and their parents get home and they try to, the parents gotta, shit, we parents, we gotta fucking die down too, right?
Yeah.
We gotta sit back and wash off the day. You know what I'm saying? We dealing with shit out here in the world. You know what I'm saying? With our colleagues and co-workers and all this shit. We gotta wash all that shit off. We gotta find a way to clear our minds and shit.
Yeah.
You know, we okay as long as we see our kids fucking moving. They're not sick. They're eating. They're playing. Then they're okay.
Yeah.
But sometimes it takes more than that. We got to go in there. Come here, boy. We ain't talked all goddamn day. How was your fucking day?
Yeah.
How was your? Tell me more about it. Well, Daddy was fine. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, okay, cool, then go back upstairs. No, nigga, tell me what the fuck happened today.
Right.
Any run-ins with any of your partners and your friends? You know what I'm saying? Is there some food that you didn't like, you didn't agree with? Did the teacher say something wrong? Any kind of issues out there in the football field? My point is saying all that because I know we're running on time. Listen, talk to your dad. I love what you said.
Yeah.
Talk to your dad. Listen, all of us, we got to go one time, right? We all got to go. But while you have the opportunity, the moment, capture it because these are all from memory.
Yes.
Everything we do, my marriage, my kids, my history, all that is from memories. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. The clothes, everything is for memory. Period.
No,
oh, I own a Maybach, or I got a Bentley 750, or I got the new Range, I got this, I got that. All these things are for memory.
Yeah.
That's it. Keepsake.
Yeah.
You have something that can extend that much more because you have the source still here.
Yeah.
I can't go to my dad and say, hey, Dad, I want another brother. I want another sister. That nigga dead.
Yeah.
Nothing else is coming out of that. Nothing. You still got your dad. You can pick his brain. Cause say, you know how we men. We sit on shit and we'll take it with us.
Oh yeah.
We'll take it with us. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna, certain things you'll never tell your daughter. Some things you'll never tell your girl. Some things you'll never tell your bros. You dig? But that's your creator. Ultimately, God's our creator, but that's your creator.
Yeah.
That's the nigga who created you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go pick his brain. Dad, man, tell me, man. So, I know what you told me, but tell me again. You just want to hear if the story's going to change up. You know what I'm saying? Because see, when you're at the end, looking towards the beginning, or when you're in the, you know what I'm saying, and you start thinking about shit, you say, man, I might not be able to share this story with my son again. Let me go and tell this nigga.
Yeah,
Let me tell you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm one step ahead of you. You know, I personally said, you know, I have this platform and, you know, we're doing this thing right here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I brought him in. I did an interview with him. I did 5 interviews with him. Right they haven't been released. But I asked him, tell me about the day you were born and take me all the way up until now. Because I need that for my kids. Absolutely. As 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, they'll have this for sure with you. As far as I wonder who was that girl my dad liked back then? Right. Which I don't think he ever said her name. Right. Yeah. so right. I don't know if you want to throw her name out there now, but sure. But yeah, no, definitely. You know, it's very important. You know, this mechanism that we have now, the cloud, and right. You know, it's just I think we all need to start being able to, you know, keep our history more intact now. For sure. Just from, you know, you don't got to be rich and famous. Right. I can find out what you're thinking right now and why you're here. So therefore, you know, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. No, but thank you for that. Because I thought about that. You know, someone else put that in me. Said, man, you that's going on with your pops. Yeah. Man, you need to be, you know, I'm like, man, you're right. Yeah. You're right. So now thank you for that. It's tough, man. But you're going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? I know you are. You know what I mean? No, for sure.
But yeah, man, LT, and I'm so glad that you got to sit on this couch, bro. Man. Yeah. For sure. You just one of them rare individuals, bro, that, you know, that don't really, you know, get any time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you're in my life, bro, and I look forward to more interviews, bro.
I appreciate it.
You are real life.
Quick, I want to say this, if I may.
Go ahead. Oh yeah, man, no. Yeah, listen. Yeah. So, we got it. Yeah, we skipping the whole process. I'm sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, man, I come out, you know what I'm saying, with a new line, man, and it's called Pistols, man. And it's an acronym, and it stands for Protection is Still the Only Liberty. Meaning, it doesn't matter where you are, you have the right to protect yourself at all times. You know what I'm saying? Let it be. Most people that's been incarcerated, they understand pistols. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you get into a scrap of any kind, you lace up and you grab your pistols. You know what I'm saying? You grab your gloves so you can fight. You know what I'm saying? To protect you. You know what I'm saying? Your knuckles or whatnot. These right here, I've been sitting on them for years and years, but they're made not for only the trade, but it's almost like carrying around a brass knuckle. If that makes any sense, to where, you know, if you ever get into where you have to protect yourself, I just say it like that, you know, you can be able to do so without hurting yourself. You know what I'm saying? In doing so. And so I've got this big ass ring on, but yeah. So for those that want it to, and they're really cool, man. But for those that like it without the fingertips per se, you know what I'm saying? You have these. And go to Pistols. I just did a Instagram. I think it's Pistols. Or at Pistols. Is that the Instagram thing? It's called at Pistols. Or I mean, I guess at is Instagram anyway, right? So what is it? Pistols. I don't understand it shit yet, but we're gonna put it in the description. Yeah. Put it in the description. But it's Pistols. It's really simple. But anyway, that's where you can place your orders, man. And I have different colors. Of course, I have the gear and all this tier type stuff. But the main thing I'm pushing is being able to protect yourself when you have these on, just in case something happened that wasn't planned. You know what I'm saying? Or even if it is planned, you know what I'm saying? You can at least protect, you know what I'm saying, your assets, which is your hands and, you know, things like that. So
it's more for like winter wear, like, you know, like.
Really, it's anytime wear.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I see somebody walking with those on in the summertime, I'm gonna be like, okay.
No, real talk, man.
It's about to go down.
Hey, that's real, dude. But, you know, normally these types of gloves are meant for when you're in the field. You know what I'm saying? Being in a trade or just working in general. If you're out there in the yard, you know what I'm saying, doing garden work, whatever, man. It's, you know, we always got to protect our hands. You know what I'm saying, and things that we know we utilize on a day-to-day basis. So that's what this is for.
And I let them know, man, the quality is there. I tried one on myself, man. Yes. Yeah, the quality is there. For sure, it's effective. You know, I ain't tried on nobody, but it's effective. And therefore, we're going to put the link in the description. So therefore they can make sure they at least place an order. Absolutely. I would love to see people at least, you know, place an order for whatever holidays coming up next, you know, so they could get out there. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. Any other business endeavors that you have? That any other things you're selling?
Yeah, I have a couple more. Well, really just one in particular that's going to take the world by storm. But I haven't made mention on it yet. Once you do, hopefully, man, I'll be back in here.
Yeah, come right on back.
Yeah, well, a couple of people. Yeah, a couple of people here is gonna be a part of it too. So, but yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Yeah, it's stupid.
Any shout outs you want to give? Because there's some people in the building, and I want you to make sure you shout them out. But also, just in your life, any people you want to shout out?
Well, really, first and foremost, myself, man. I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's as real as I can put it, man. I'm grateful just to be here.
Thank
you know, like I told you, I had to take something just to be cool and calm. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think I was going to make it through this. So I'm extremely grateful, man. And of course, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, man. You have been an amazing figure. You know what I'm saying? And
thank you.
And much respect to you and yours. Of course, you know what I'm saying? Rook and the whole entire Reallyfe family. But Rook, man, I love him to death. You know what I'm saying? With all my heart. You know what I'm saying? And in this life and the next one. You know what I'm saying? I told him even when I'm gone, he can't forgive me. I ensured that, you know what I'm saying? So, and then of course, you know what I'm saying, my brother, you know what I'm saying, Jay, and my sister, you know what I'm saying, Keisha, you know what I'm saying?
Sound like she got her own story to tell. We might need to sit her down one day. She got her own little story to tell.
No, she. Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
come on, now.
Crazy, man. And then of course, Fat Boy Fresh over there, my dude.
Shout out Fresh for real.
Yeah, real talk, man. And Angel, she's not here, but and just the whole cast. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You guys have made me feel very welcomed, and the invitation have always been there, and I'm extremely appreciative, and I'll always be there for you guys. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, all you got to do is, you know, you just call me.
Yeah, it's a family affair right here, man. It's a family affair. Yeah, man. And
but thank y'all so much for the opportunity. Like I say, any and all that stuff we spoke on, I don't glorify any of that. You know, I just wanted to let you know that greatness can come out of it. And so for the young people out there, you know what I'm saying, I would say every young man need to be good with their hands. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, you know, if you're young, you're 16 years old and older, you can be 16 years old right now today, log in to TDLR, and get your electrical license, and get your mechanical license, get your plumbing license. You know what I'm saying? And already make great for your future. You know what I'm saying? I have my middle boy is building his own house. He just turned 20, building his a brand new house by himself. You know what I'm saying? And he did it. You know what I'm saying? And meaning you can do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like to take the path of wanting to work with their hands and get out there. But man, I tell you what, it's something, the respect that goes along with it. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And so for any young man out there, you know what I'm saying, or woman, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you don't have anything to do, you know what I'm saying, or you say can't find work, hey man, log in to TDLR, you know what I'm saying, and get your electrical apprenticeship license or mechanical license or plumbing license, and there's different avenues you can take. You can go to the IBEW, the unions. There's unions that will pay for you to go to school right now. So just in case, you know, Whataburger don't work out, or this don't work out, or man, you feel like you got to do this because there's no other avenues, or you just got out of jail, or whatever the case, there's a way. TDLR, log in, and I'm vouching for them because they were there for me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a guy who's been through so much, man. Now I'm respected worldwide, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, and so I push that on every youngster. You know, anybody, not just young, but it's good to capture them young. You know what I'm saying? But anyone who's out there that needs help, you know what I'm saying, and wants to help themselves, log in to TDLR, man. Get your apprenticeship license, man. You know what I'm saying? And then go to IBEW, you know what I'm saying? Or Fox Electric, or anybody, you know what I'm saying? You just Google it, you know what I'm saying? And people are paying you to go to school to learn. You know what I'm saying? And you'll feel good about yourself getting up every day doing something that make you feel a certain type of way. You know, again, we're trying to get into the mental, you know what I'm saying, to ultimately, you know what I'm saying, the physical to show, right? It starts in the mind first, right?
Straight in the mind.
Yeah.
And LT, man, I gotta say, you are a real life street star.
Hey, that part. Hey, appreciate it, bro. Yeah, for sure.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move. Hey.